And then I had to go to the other side of the earth, so to speak, Georgia. I can't seem to escape any kind of rain. This is not a good time to travel, in my opinion.
No, absolutely. And of course, this has been a record-breaking rainy season for us Californians.
Yes, it certainly has been.
And it's kind of really heavy weather all across the country. I know our good buddy Ryan DeSicchio, the host of the Rhino Report, has been having some snowy weather over there on his neck of the woods. So East Coast getting hit with snow, West Coast getting hit with rain. I'm glad. I love the rain. I don't like the fact that everything floods and the roads get crazy. And for some reason, people in California forget how to drive when it rains.
Yeah, and another thing that I see that California forgets how to clean their, the sewers.
Oh, boy.
Because I know on my street especially, when it rains hard, there's like a puddle that's like, oh, goodness, a couple feet deep at least.
Oh, gee, we have a real problem out here with our facilities, of course, in the CRN office. Apparently, the flood not only affects the streets, but also affects our restrooms. So apparently someone came in here over the weekend and left a little bit of a mess there. But that left being said to other discussions. We got some great stories coming up on the PM show, of course. Of course, check out the website. CRNtalk.com is the place to go for all things CRN related. And TikiLive.com, TikiLive, if you want to check out the live video streams broadcasting around the world on the internet right there at TikiLive.com.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm with it. I guess the Grammys are coming up.
I keep forgetting when that particular show is on. That's my favorite because
you're a music
nut.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we're going to get some Grammy stats here on the show. Also read some news of the weird and some really interesting tech stories that are coming up here. You've heard about these, I guess, no driver cars, these unmanned cars.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about that. I'm a little old-fashioned. I want to make sure that someone's in control.
Yeah, I know you're telling me. I think this will actually put an end to a lot of our driving problems, though, around the world, or at least in this country. One of the big issues that people always worry about is, of course, insurance. That's a big thing. And if you have a self-driving car, who are you insuring? Are you insuring yourself? Are you insuring the car? You're not really insuring your bad driving record because a self-driving car doesn't have a driving record.
That's true.
So it's a machine. So very interesting. We'll find out more about that. Of course, Ford getting involved in that. Also, some really crazy stories from around the world. Apparently, doctors found a cockroach in a woman's skull.
What?
A living cockroach inside of a 42-year-old woman's skull. So we'll find out weird stuff about that. And Girl Scout cookies. It's now Girl Scout season. Have you seen the Girl Scouts in front of the grocery stores?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, $5 a box. I think the price has gone up just a little bit. I think it used to be $3. They're $5 a box now, but I'll tell you, every year when it gets to be Girl Scout season, my wife makes me invest a small fortune in Girl Scout cookies. Yeah, her favorites. Yeah, she's got her favorites, and it's like the mint. Was it mint? Chocolate mint? I don't know.
Yeah, chocolate mint cookie. Yeah, I sort of like that one.
Yeah, she likes those. And so, we'll find out more about that. Of course, the Girl Scouts and so much more. Oprah Winfrey becoming the new special contributor to 60 Minutes. That's exciting stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, the Oprah's great, man. I love Oprah. She's such a sweetheart. So we'll find out about that as well. And a barber who cuts hair with a blowtorch.
What?
Yeah, you thought kids were getting crazy with their hairstyles. You're gonna check this one out here later in the show. This is the Lounge with Michael Horn, Erik Hines, and the fabulous Tomas. Guys, stick around. We'll be back right after this on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Yesterday's accomplishments affect today. Use Blue Emu. Available in stores nationwide.
Now's the time to refresh your home and save at Lumber Liquidators Spring Flooring Kickoff Sale. Our stores are packed with the latest spring trends like modern, waterproof wood look flooring. It's up to 34% off, or choose from more than 200 styles of pre-finished hardwood from $149. Get deals on over 55 varieties of bamboo from $159, more from 59 cents, and special financing. Hurry, the Spring Flooring Kickoff Sale's going on now. Visit lumberliquidators.com to find a store near you today.
Welcome back, everybody. This is The Lounge, the fabulous Tomas. I'm Erik Hines. And don't forget, guys, if you want to hear the sultry tones of my voice, listen to us every Thursday from 3 to 5 p.m., 3 to 5 p.m. on CRN1 and 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern. If you guys want to check out the Robert Conrad show. The Lounge with Robert Conrad. Yeah, well,
I never thought your voice was sultry.
Well, thank you, Tomas. We talked about those self-driving cars, and I can't wait till they have these self-driving cars. I'm looking forward to it. I am a big tech goof, and I like to keep my eyes on the trends, and I've been keeping an eye on these artificially intelligent. Is that even a word? Artificially intelligent cars. I think they're going to end a lot of problems. I think they're going to be the fix-all to many of the driving problems we have.
One of them is heavy feet on the accelerator.
Yeah, you're not going to have these accidents with the heavy feet. We've already seen that cars can stop themselves. You've seen that. Yeah, cars can now stop themselves when they come close to another car. They'll lock the brakes up and stop. They have these sensors that kind of detect proximity sensors. Yeah, and of course, the speeding is not going to be a problem anymore. The insurance, I think, insurance rates are going to drop significantly because there's not going to be any payouts. I mean, basically, it's going to be a technological achievement. You're not going to have to worry too much about someone's liability because they're not really driving the car all that much. It's going to be, of course, there is the option to take manual control of the vehicle. So I'm thinking that probably, at least for the first few years, insurance rates aren't going to drop. But then after people kind of get used to the idea, and when more people are driving these self-driving cars, I think insurance rates are going to drop significantly and possibly even eliminate the need for insurance. You will be insuring your vehicle. It's kind of like, you're insuring your vehicle that it doesn't cause harm to somebody else, which is the way it should be.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think that the insurance rates, especially if you're in certain parts of the country, like in Cali here, it's tremendous. I mean, you can be, let's say, in East Los Angeles and be charged, a slight amount. You get to the beach, like my favorite, Redondo, and it's like sky high.
It doubles. Yeah, and some people actually use alternate addresses. They might use their parents' address to get those lower rates.
Right.
Not that I've ever done that. Jeez.
I can never get away with that.
But anyway, so that's one other problem that'll be solved. Also, teenage drivers.
Oh, yeah.
The highest accident rates are among teenage drivers, even when compared to drunk drivers. Teenage drivers have the highest accident rates. Teenage drivers. Second is older people above the age of 75. Really? And then then it kind of goes down the line, and of course alcohol related accidents are in there as well. And again, that's another problem that will be eliminated, is the issue of drunk driving. If you have a self-driving car, there will no longer be a risk for that driver unless he decides to take manual control of the vehicle, which begs to another point. If you wanted to self-drive your vehicle, would there be some kind of breathalyzer? I wonder. I don't think they'd make it standard. I think it'd be something that would be, again, related to the driver themselves. They have a history of drunk driving. But I think that'll be a big problem that'll be eliminated. So I'm looking forward to this. I think it's the way of the future. I think it will happen. It's going to happen. It's just Ford investing $1 billion into this.
Well, because who was it that was involved with it first? Toyota, I believe.
Toyota, and then, of course, Uber. Google with their Google car. Have you seen the Google cars?
No, I haven't.
The first time I saw a Google car driving on the freeway, I was driving on the 5 freeway going north, and I was heading toward the wine country. And I look over and I see a Google car, and I got really excited because I've never seen the Google cars in person. They're the ones that do the Google Maps. They take aerial photos of all the radar pictures of everything. And I look in the driver's seat, and there was no driver.
Really?
Yeah, it really freaked me out.
Wow.
It definitely freaked me out. But I guess Google has been developing this technology for years. Uber deployed a fleet in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here comes the issue that everyone's concerned about. Of course, when Uber deployed this fleet in San Francisco, there were problems.
Right.
Issues related to, kind of running people, pedestrians, kind of cutting them real close, scaring pedestrians. I think that will easily be worked out. I think that's not going to be a big problem to solve. I think it's, again, proximity sensors and advanced cameras like Google's been developing. Failures, though, now, if we're going to have a self-driving car repair costs will go up.
I'm sure it will.
Significantly.
Because of the electronics and all of the
sensors.
gadgetry involved.
You and I both know, as car enthusiasts, once those sensors start going bad, once you got to replace one sensor, then you got to replace the next sensor and the next sensor. And then all of a sudden, you replace the whole freaking car. It's like you made like 4 car payments in 1 month trying to repair this thing.
You might as well just buy another car and trade it in.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people do the leasing for that reason because they don't want to have to worry about that. Well, Carnegie Mellon, of course, legendary robotics institute located there at Carnegie Mellon. Brian Salesky, he's a Google alumni, and Peter Rander, an Uber veteran, will helm this project to bring this Argo AI into fruition and make this happen. So I guess Argo is going to be the first initial, I'm guessing with the letter A. That's kind of how these tech guys do it. It's like the first version will be like an A or a 1, and then we'll kind of go forward. So this is Argo. This is like the first version. It will be a startup of its own, the Argo AI. It will offer equity to lure top-line engineers, and it retains the right to license whatever tech it creates to anyone. So it's open source. Yeah, it's open source. So any car company can license the Argo technology, and they can license it to anybody. So that's good. And Ford will retain the largest stake in the company. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So equipped with AI, cars could puzzle out novel situations on their own. Okay. Well, how to react when, say, there's an emergency construction ahead. Okay, we'll see. The AI is, I guess that's what AI is supposed to do. And that's why last year General Motors acquired Cruise, a startup using AI to develop self-driving technology. Uber poached dozens of Carnegie Mellon researchers to staff its own team. So Carnegie Mellon's really at the forefront of all this stuff.
Yeah, it seems like they are.
That's a great school, and of course, if you're into robotics, you know all about it. And this is an interesting one, Tomas. News of the weird. I want to get to this one because this really disturbed me. Doctors happened to find a live cockroach in a woman's skull after she reported experiencing a crawling sensation. A 42-year-old Indian woman was deep in slumber last Tuesday night until she awoke around midnight to a tingling, crawling sensation in her right nostril. Wow. At first, the woman, a domestic worker named Selvi, brushed the feeling off, assuming she might be catching a cold, the Times of India reported. So this happened in India, but she soon felt something move. She spent the rest of the night in discomfort, waiting for the sun to rise so she could go to the hospital. I could not explain the feeling, but I was sure it was an insect, she told the New Indian Express. Whenever it moved, it gave me a burning sensation in my eyes. As dawn arrived, her son-in-law in tow, the woman visited the clinic closest to her home in Jambakkam. I believe I actually said that correctly, Tomas. In Jambakkam, in the South Indian state of Tamil Nadu. She was soon referred to a second hospital where doctors suspected she might be suffering from a nasal growth, like a tumor. At a third hospital, doctors recommended a scan and told her the discomfort may be coming from a foreign body that seemed to be mobile. Finally, in her fourth doctor visit at Stanley Medical College Hospital, doctors used an endoscope to find the culprit, a blob with a pair of antennae.
Oh, my goodness.
It was a full-grown cockroach, Dr. Shankar said, the head of the ear, nose, and throat specialist. It was alive, and it didn't seem to want to come out.
Oh my.
The insect was sitting at the skull base between the eyes and close to the brain.
What?
Doctors first tried to use a suction device to remove the cockroach, but the insect clung to the tissues. After a 45-minute process using suction and forceps, doctors were finally able to extract the bug, still alive.
My goodness gracious.
We'll be back right after this.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California, with the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from Rome to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit innatlagunabeach.com.
Welcome back, everybody. This is The Lounge. Fabulous Tomas. I'm Erik Hines.
Hey, I like these new lounge chairs, man.
Yeah, they're not too bad. All we need is some cigars and some cognac, and we're good to go.
I'll take the cognac without the cigars.
Yeah,
my dad used to smoke those Cuban specials.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah, back in the day.
Fred Dreyer came into the studio on Wednesday to do the lounge, the sports lounge with Fred Dreyer. And, boy, I got to tell you, he came in and he smelled like a Cuban cigar. And he was saying that he's been working out in his garage and doing different stuff and, projects. You know how guys get. We go out in the garage and we do our projects.
Right.
Well, he's been out there doing some projects, and apparently when he's out there doing projects, he smokes those Cubanos. Mm-hmm. So ever since we got that tariff lifted, he's been really happy about taking those Cuban cigars.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm sure he had those Cuban cigars long before that tariff was lifted, though. I don't know how he did that. Sneaky dog.
Well, he had his connection.
Yeah, that's right. Well, if you're Fred Dreyer. Do you like Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah.
Okay, so Thin Mints, that's what they're called.
Yes.
Thin Mints is the one.
Yes.
And then there's that other one. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a coconut with the chocolate stripes on it. I want to say.
Oh, yeah.
That's the other one my wife really loves. But so the Girl Scout cookies are back in season again, and apparently the brutally honest reviews lead to record sales records for the Girl Scout cookies.
Really?
Yeah. When Girl Scout Charlotte McCourt began selling Girl Scout cookies this year, her original goal was to match her 300 sales from last year. So she sold 300 boxes. which was that come to about $1,500. That's not bad. She did pretty good. Now McCourt has not only passed the 300 mark, but has broken the Girl Scout sales record by selling more than 24,000 boxes. I don't even want to try to do the math on that. That's over $100,000 to you. It's like $125,000 she made. I broke the American record and the international record. They were the same thing. Wow. McCourt told the Fox Business Network Maria Bartiromo, the meteoric rise in sales began with a suggestion from her father, Sean, who works on the podcast of Mike Rowe of Dirty Jobs. He works on the podcast on that. When Charlotte raised concerns that a lack of cookie boxes had been purchased to donate to U.S. troops overseas, her father suggested she write to his wealthy friend asking if he would purchase some cookies. Along with the plea for her dad's friend to purchase cookies for our troops, Charlotte gave a brutally honest review of the various cookies in her email. She called the Toffee-tastic cookies, which she rated a 1, a bleak, flavorless, gluten-free wasteland. So she's actually giving the brutally honest reviews for her own cookies. Her dad's friend bought cookies from Charlotte, but sales really took off when Mike Rowe read the letter in a video he posted to Facebook. The video went viral and drove sales to record-breaking levels.
I know a lot of people are using Facebook Live now.
I was going to say social media is now changing the game. I mean, anybody can really broadcast. You know, I have quite a few friends from a number of different, you know, I do the shows here at CRN Digital Talk, crntalk.com, but I'm also a big fan of the cosplay. You know, I'm into costuming and I'm into Star Wars.
Oh, yes, you are.
And so I have a ton of friends. I have almost have 3,500 friends. And, you know, it's like it's a split between CRN fans and friends and my friends that are into costuming and into Star Wars. And, you know, if I ever want to sell some Girl Scout cookies, man, I should probably get into that myself. Just buy a box, you know, and I'm sure I could work out shipping with these guys. Can't be much to ship a box of cookies.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later, T. So anyway, so she broke the record, 24,000 boxes, over $125,000. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Got to give it to her.
Incredible for what's her age?
Did you even say her age? She's a teenager, I believe.
Oh.
Let me see if I can find
Okay.
it. I put it in the CRN file here. Let me see if I can dig it out of the CRN file.
Okay.
Got a lot of stuff in that CRN file there, including some old rappers or something. Let's see. No, it doesn't say her name, unfortunately, on here. I'm guessing Girl Scout. She's probably between the ages of 5 and 12. I'm guessing. 5 and 12. So I'm just gonna shoot the middle. Let's say 10. There we go. She's probably 10 years old.
All right.
Anyway, so that's really cool. Good for her. I'm so glad to hear this. More news of the weird, though. I like to touch on these weird stories. It must be a fetish of mine. Apparently, there's a barber in Gaza. Of course, the tumultuous Gaza Strip, who is now giving people haircuts with a blowtorch.
Oh, my goodness.
And, he's lighting it up. I control how long I apply fire. I keep it on and off for about 10 to 15 seconds. It's completely safe, and he has not encountered any accidents since he started it 2 months ago. Ramadan Adwan told Reuters. The cost, a haircut and blowtorching would set you back only about $5. So it's either a box of Girl Scout cookies or a blowtorch haircut. You choose. What do you want? Photos showed the 37-year-old hairstylist in action. The customers seemed pretty unfazed. Adwan said he would first apply a protective liquid coating to the hair without getting into the specifics before unleashing the flames. Obviously, he doesn't want to give away his secret.
Right.
He pointed out that other hairstylists have used fire before, although the blowtorch may be in a class by itself. People have gone crazy about it, and some people are curious to try it out. So there you go. Blowtorch haircuts. $5.
Not me.
Just got to get down to Gaza. We'll be back right after this.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal, marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you have severe knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, we have great news. Finally, there's a way to reduce your pain without surgery or taking medications. Call us today and learn how you can qualify to get a pain-relieving knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. We'll even ship your brace for free. If you have excruciating knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving, nearly invisible knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. I've used one, they're comfortable, and they work, and we guarantee your happiness. So call right now and get yours. I promise, we're here to take your call. Thank you.
800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. That's 800-290-0759.
Any Napa guy knows, and science proves, the best minivan is the one you've already got. Part kid transporter, part drywall mover. Who cares if the faux wood grain is a little faded? That was a platinum package option in 1987. With over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. Because it's not old, it's vintage. That's Napa know-how.
The best show in the world is Two Scorpions in a Brandy Glass. I'm Barry Farber. It is nice when you call and say, "Oh, Mr. Farber, I agree with you," but that really gets us nowhere. I want your enmity, hostility. I want your questions. Give me a call right here on the Barry Farber Show. Weekdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Getting real funky here on the lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of funkiness, of course, the Grammys are coming up, and we were talking briefly about the Grammy Awards. And Tomas, I'm going to read off some of these, some of the album of the year, some of these respective candidates, and I'll make my commentary after. But I'll kind of go through it.
Okay.
Album of the year, of course, Adele on the list with 25, Lemonade from Beyonce, Justin Bieber with Purpose, and Drake with Views. And Sturgill Simpson, I don't know too much about Sturgill Simpson. I probably heard his songs a number of times, but I don't know the song to the name.
Right.
So, but I'll say he's got a nod for Album of the Year. We'll see what happens. Record of the Year. Album of the Year versus Record of the Year? Is there a difference? Help me understand this.
No.
Help me understand. To me, a record is an album.
Right.
Anyway, so Hello from Adele. Maybe this is single. This is probably that's song of the year. I'm
That's
confused.
strange. It's probably having to do with a single
or like
versus
an EP.
album.
Like an EP or something. Yeah. So Hello from Adele, Formation from Beyonce, 7 Years from Lucas Graham, Work, which is Rihanna featuring Drake, and Stressed Out from 21 Pilots. I like Stressed Out. That's a cool song. I like it's kind of a little different than what you kind of hear on pop radio. I think it's kind of got a little bit of a 21 Pilots, and they kind of got a rock edge to them. Song of the year, Formation, which is, all these I'm just going to read the song name because the collaborations, there's so many people on these songs. Formation with Khalif Brown, Hello with Adele, I Took a Pill in Ibiza, Mike Posner. I thought that was an old song. That's interesting. I Took a Pill in Ibiza. I thought that was a couple years old. Love Yourself, Justin Bieber. That's getting a lot of play right now. And 7 Years, Lucas Forchhammer, Stephen Forrest. New artist, Kelsey Ballerini. The Chainsmokers on the list. I like the Chainsmokers. They got some cool songs. Chance the Rapper, Maren Morris, and Anderson .Paak. Very interesting list there. Now, pop vocal album was, again, 25 from Adele. Purpose from Justin Bieber. Dangerous Woman from Ariana Grande. So there's a name we haven't heard already 3 times in the list.
True.
Confident from Demi Lovato, who's gotten quite a few nods in the past. And This Is Acting from Sia. I also like Sia. Sia is a very talented. She's kind of like Lady Gaga, but more lady than Gaga. You know what I mean? She's definitely got a cool edge to her,
more
like Lady Gaga.
Sophistication.
Yeah, she's been doing this. I think she might be a little bit older than Lady Gaga. I heard of Sia probably. God, we're probably looking at maybe 8 or 10 years ago. No, maybe about 6 to 8 years ago. I heard of Sia, and I fell in love with her music instantly because her whole album is very well produced. It's got a lot of the electronic edge to it, like kind of like electronic beats,
right.
And kind of not so much EDM like dance beats, but very like
fusion,
modern fusion with pop and electronic.
Yeah.
Very, much like what like Stevie Wonder did back in his day. Stevie Wonder was very into synthesizers and stuff, and so you got a lot of that kind of very electronic sounding stuff. So,
Herbie Hancock was another one.
Another brilliant performer, Herbie Hancock, absolutely groundbreaking. Miles Davis, also did a lot of the same.
Yes.
And I definitely I'm not going to put Sia up on the shelf with that category of, but I will say that she had a sound that was definitely its own.
She's climbing up.
She had a climbing sound, definitely. So I definitely gave her some props. Dance and electronic album EDM, Skin from Flume, Electronica 1, The Time Machine from Jean-Michel Jarre, who's been around since I was a kid. I mean, I think JMJ, I call him JMJ. I think JMJ's been around since I was like 8. So he's been around for a while. Epoch from Tycho, Barbara, We Face a Shining Future from Underworld, and Louis Vega starring 28, Louis Vega. So that's his 28th album, I think. Louis Vega's been around forever. Rock album, California from Blink-182, Tell Me I'm Pretty from Cage the Elephant, The Hope 6 Demolition Project from PJ Harvey, Post-Pop Depression from Iggy Pop. Yeah, wow. Iggy Pop making his way back. I'm kind of curious if he might get it. Well, he's going up against Radiohead. So Radiohead's definitely got some talent. Radiohead with a Moon-Shaped Pool alternative music album. Urban contemporary album, we're going to go with Lemonade from Beyonce, Ology from Gallant, We Are King from King, Malibu from Anderson .Paak, Anti from Rihanna. Rap performance is No Problem with Chance the Rapper, Panda from Designer, Pop Style with Drake, All the Way Up, which is Fat Joe, who's apparently Fat Joe's making a comeback, and That Part, which is Schoolboy Q. When you're looking at the top 5 categories, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The top 5 categories, which are Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, New Artist, Pop Vocal Album. All of those, it's the same nominees, almost one for one. It's like it's Adele, Beyonce, Drake is always in there, Justin Bieber, and so I mean I'm kind of questioning really what's going on with the diversity in pop music. Do we really have that few pop musicians that are eligible for these awards?
That's a good question. I really don't know. Some of the ones that that you mentioned, I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people like.
Well, you know about Adele. Adele.
Adele.
Justin Bieber's. Justin Bieber's a talented kid. I'm actually surprised that Jay Timberlake didn't have an album on the list this year. I guess maybe he didn't release something this year.
Well, I think one of the winners is going to be Adele again.
Definitely, yeah. She's going to win. I'm guessing she's going to win. Oh, this is so tough.
I would say probably album of the year.
I'm going to say album of the year, and then record of the year will be Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's the way it's going to go because Beyonce, sometimes they politicize these things, and Beyonce
Yes,
is,
they
I
do.
think, and not that Beyonce does not deserve it. Beyonce is a very extremely talented woman.
Yes, she is.
An amazing performer. But I also think that she's really made some statements this year that are going to definitely almost lock her in. She's going to win something big.
Right.
Because she's in the news so much right now, and she's really putting herself out there.
Well, plus she has those twins, I believe.
Oh, yeah, she had the twins. Yeah.
That, she's
him and
expecting.
Rapper, now producer, now multi-millionaire mogul Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and Drake, I'm not a big fan of Drake.
I'm not either too much. He doesn't.
I'm not a big
he
fan of
doesn't
Drake.
move me.
I'm not a big fan of Drake. That's the way Drake sings. That's the way Drake sings. Oh, yeah.
I mean, what happened
What
to
you
the
like,
real vocalist?
Yeah, he's not a
anymore,
vocalist at all. And apparently he gets lumped in with hip hop and rap, and I don't hear it. And apparently his lyrics are a little bit demeaning to women. Apparently at times.
See, I don't like that.
I'm not into that either. Yeah, on the same list with Adele and Beyonce, smack that fool.
Mm-hmm.
Drake, this is how you sing. We'll be back right after this.
The baby is just so beautiful.
Mom, this baby is a toddler now. Sammy's into absolutely everything. We've been working on childproofing. That's why we called Budget Blinds to come put in motorized blinds and shades.
Those beautiful new window treatments are motorized?
Yeah, you just use this remote. See?
Oh, that is so great. But what does it have to do with baby proofing?
No cords. Nothing for Sammy to grab hold of.
Wow, I never thought of that.
Yeah, it's more of a necessity than a luxury when you have kids.
My grandson is beautiful. My daughter is brilliant. And now I need Budget Blinds to come to my house right away.
Budget Blinds helps you childproof your home with the luxury of cordless motorized window coverings. And during the Luxury Within Reach event, the more you buy, the more you save, with savings up to $2,000. Hurry and call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now before this offer ends, or go online to budgetblinds.com. Don't miss out. Call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now. Offer good on select products at participating independently owned and operated franchises. Restrictions may apply. Ask for details.
My number 2 does not look like a number 2. I don't know what to call it. Is there a number 3?
Table for 4, please. Anything close to the restroom.
A middle seat with these stomach problems? That's my fear of flying.
Sound like you? If it does, you could be one of the many people with a digestive condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Even if you don't know what EPI is, you might know the symptoms: frequent diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain. If you have even just one of these symptoms, you could still have EPI, because not everybody experiences EPI the same way, which is why it's so important to open up to your doctor about all your symptoms. And the good news is, EPI is manageable, so don't keep a lid on it. Go to identifyepi.com, complete the symptom checker, and use it to have a conversation with your doctor. Don't keep a lid on it. Visit identifyepi.com. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Welcome back, everybody. This is The Lounge, the fabulous Tomas.
Here.
A little bit of that island beat there. I like this one. Yeah.
Ivory, man.
Yeah, man. Kind of reminds me of some Bob Marley or some ska, some good old-fashioned ska.
Yeah, well, I heard something about Bob's son that's involved with some musical projects right now.
Oh, man, you know what? His sons are so talented. You got Ziggy, you got Damian. Damian Marley's making a lot of headway right now. He's doing a lot of stuff. And, we were talking about the lack of diversity with these pop albums. And I'm gonna just say it. And as a musician and a lover of music, and Tomas as a lover of music, I know you've been a lover of music since you were a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Same here.
Vocalist.
Absolutely, vocalist. And, I play a couple instruments, and I grew up in a musical family, primarily raised up around jazz. I got to tell you, the lack of diversity is attributed to the fact that what these radio stations are playing. It's not the fact that I honestly feel it's not a lack of diversity so much. It is the radio stations. They have a limited playlist. They play 20 songs and they play them over and over and over again. Drake being one of them. And during the break, we were talking about Drake.
Yes, we were.
Look, can I get a pop recognition here? During the break, we talk about Drake. Okay, anyways. But Drake apparently, a lot of people listen to Drake. A lot of women like Drake's songs. And I've heard this from a number of people myself, and I think it's definitely hypocrisy. Is that you'll have beautiful young ladies that are listening to amazing music like Adele and Beyonce that talk about women power and everything else, and then they'll listen to Drake right afterwards, and they're grooving it, and it's like, but do you realize, like, you hear everything that Beyonce's saying, you hear everything that Adele's saying, and it's affirmations, positive things. Are you listening to what Drake's saying? Are you paying attention to what Drake's saying? I honestly do not think Drake has very much class, and I'm gonna say it now. Drake, if you hear this, I challenge you to contradict that sentiment.
Oh,
I really do.
Same here.
I really do. I challenge you to prove to me that you are a classy dude. Dude drives a Bugatti. Great. You got a nice car. Mm-hmm. Probably dressed pretty nice too. Probably got a really nice house.
Right.
But class isn't about what you have. It's about who you are.
True.
And the way you represent yourself. And I'm sure he's catering to a certain culture of people that are into hearing these types of themes. But some of his lyrics are just disturbing for people of class.
They're heartless. There's no heart.
So,
I mean, come on. I mean, I respect CeeLo Green when he had that
CeeLo's
particular
amazing.
Song. Okay, but he did it in such a way.
It was in a framework.
It was in a framework,
and it wasn't carry along the theme of his album.
Right.
It was one song. He did it himself, and it was about a feeling, and it was done. He
Right.
did it, and he's done.
But it blew up among people, especially womankind of that particular, era.
Yeah.
I mean, young and old, sometimes they get in that mood where, they want to tell somebody, forget you.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. And that is a sentiment that can be shared by all. But I think, honestly, when you're going up against someone like Adele and you got Drake on the same list, there's no comparison. There's no comparison. The fact it's about record sales. Honestly, it's got to be about record sales. Justin Bieber on the list, and of course Justin Bieber's. He's still. I don't know if he's so much a punk kid anymore. I think he's kind of grown up a little bit.
I think he's mellowing out a little bit as he's gotten older.
Yeah. So again, if you want to watch the Grammys, I will probably be tuning in for the performances. I do like to see the live performances, but I'm not. I'm kind of disenchanted with the way the music industry is right now. I think with the internet, that is the burgeoning music industry. That's the real music industry as it can be sustained. Through fandom is now all on the internet. It's not so much radio and record sales.
I tend to agree with you. Matter of fact, today on Southern California's Fox 11, everybody has their Fox affiliate. I know down in Savannah there's a Fox affiliate, and I know that there's Olivia Newton-John and two others. A couple of them you do know, and I can't think of their names off the top. Sure. They're doing music that will soothe the soul from a loss. Because all three ladies have lost either husbands or moms or dads. And I heard them this morning. Matter of fact, you probably can, folks, if you want to check it out, you can go to foxla.com and get a sample of that particular interview. But I mean, we got to go back to where music was a language, music that has feeling, music that says something.
Yeah, I hearken back to the era when you'd get performers with best album that were so wide range. You have R&B, you'd have rock, and you'd have performers like Madonna all on the same list. And now there's kind of become this subgenre called pop. And how do you define it? Well, it's really based on record sales.
Right.
Because, Adele's kind of soul R&B.
Right, exactly.
Beyonce's, in the traditional vein of old school kind of like soul and R&B. Again, dynamic performances, but again, falling in line with that kind of feeling. And Michael Jackson kind of defined pop, and Justin Bieber, of course, tried to emulate Michael Jackson. That's kind of where he got a lot of his roots from. Drake, I think, was trying to kind of make himself more accessible to the ladies. Maybe his attitudes weren't working, so he decided to start cutting albums. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't know his personal life. All I know is that I'm not a big fan. So here we go.
I tell you, I want to see one person that we had in the studio
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing. We're talking about Tito Jackson from the famous Jackson family.
We want to talk about class, man. Tito Jackson, he came in here, he presented himself very well. And his music was uplifting, man. Mm-hmm. It really made you feel good. It made you feel like dancing. And, that's one of the things that I always like to hear in music is like a universality. Yes. Something that everyone can kind of attach to, connect to, and feel connected to without feeling negative. Right. There's enough negativity in the world. It's like,
tell me about it.
Make me feel happy. Uplift me, even if it's in a minor key.
Important.
Yeah, make me feel special.
Valuable.
It could be in a minor key, but make me feel good.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, stick around. More great stuff coming up here. It's The Lounge right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Mortgage rates are at all-time lows. If you have not refinanced your current mortgage in the last few years, you could be losing thousands of dollars a year by paying too high of an APR. And the place to call is LendingTree to find out how low you can go. We can match you with lenders offering some of the lowest rates APRs available. Some APRs are lower than 3%. Imagine how much money you can save every month if your current mortgage is at 6% or higher. And all it takes is one free call to LendingTree to match you with a lender who may be able to lower your current home mortgage rate. Learn how to potentially save thousands by refinancing your current mortgage. Call LendingTree right now. NMLS 1136.
800-628-5067. 800-628-5067. 800-628-5067. That's 800-628-5067.
When you really want Italian food, really good Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Why? Well, here's a couple of reasons. Value. You get a lot for your money along with a load of deliciousness. You're not eating corporate food. Columbo's is family owned and faithful to their long-held family recipes. We're talking service that's never fawning. You'll never get, "Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'll be your server tonight." Please. Jazz every night, sizzling steaks, luscious fish entrees, yummy Italian specialties, and the world's greatest meatballs. Need I say more? Oh, I will. Value, deliciousness, Italian family specialties, friendly service. Columbo's. Yes! That little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's. Mangia.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Welcome back, everybody. The final segment here on The Lounge with fabulous Tomas.
Boy, this has gone by real quick.
We have a lot of fun when we get together, man.
Yeah.
We have a lot in common. We talk about things, especially when it comes to music.
Please.
I think music is one of those languages that everyone can get along with. And, again, we were talking about the universality of just people. And I think it doesn't only apply to music. It just applies to people's personas as well. Some people are universal people.
Yes.
And one of those people is Oprah Winfrey.
Definitely.
She speaks to everyone. I mean, unless you got something wrong with you, Oprah Winfrey communicates with everyone with eloquence, grace, class, style, empathy,
Amen.
Introspection. I mean, Oprah Winfrey is a mogul on top of that, but she's also a jewel to our media industry. I got to say that the things that she's done and contributed to this world are beyond the capacity of what I could even mention on the show right now. And now she's taking a big step. She will become a special contributor to the legendary 60 Minutes show.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, I've always been. Well, no, That's Incredible's been off the air for quite some time too. I don't know if you guys remember That's Incredible. I grew up watching that show. That's incredible. But she's going to be contributing to 60 Minutes, a great show with a long history, a great history, and of course she's going to be bringing in some ratings. Oprah apparently owns some stock in CBS from her old show.
Oh,
her
really?
show way back in the days. Yeah, she had like a 1% of 1% or something like that stock.
Right.
And CBS stock is it's worth a lot of money.
Of course.
And so she's obviously gonna. I don't know if this deal is gonna increase her stock ownership of the network, but she is definitely coming to 60 Minutes. And Winfrey will make her first appearance on CBS News' legendary Sunday night broadcast. Wow. This fall. So there's only one Oprah Winfrey, Fager said, Jeff Fager from 60 Minutes, News Magazine's executive producer Jeff Fager. She has achieved excellence in everything she has touched. Couldn't say it better myself.
Yeah.
Her body of work is extraordinary, including thousands of interviews with people from all walks of life. She is a remarkable and talented woman with a level of integrity that sets her apart and makes her a perfect fit for 60 Minutes.
For example, I would say over 25 years ago, she had a talk with the now President Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
When I guess he was thinking about running a long time ago because, there were things wrong with the country. He felt that he could fix them. I think if he was to be president, I think maybe back in the earlier days would have been better for him because now he seems like he's like...
Yeah. He was very moderate back then.
More moderate. Now he's getting a little bit more aggressive.
I don't know if it's because he's older. Maybe his policies are getting a little bit more. Well, he kind of reminds me of Wally George. I don't know if you guys remember Wally George. If you guys listening to the show, if you guys are under the age of 40, I'd say go onto YouTube and just YouTube Wally George and just prepare to laugh. The guy was so funny. And it was all just a bit. It was the Wally George show, and he would do these really over-the-top conservative viewpoints.
True.
And Donald Trump kind of reminds me of Wally George. I'm sorry, Michael Horn, but he does. Come on, Mike. Doesn't he remind you of Wally George just a little bit, Mike? Come on.
Yeah. In a sense, he does. Matter of fact, he has a daughter, a famous daughter, and I can't think of her name.
Really, Wally George does?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. I'll have to look that up. I wasn't aware. He was a funny guy, though. Yeah. Channing Tatum, really quickly, he launches his own American-made vodka, but no one's going to drink it. George and Amal Clooney are expecting twins this summer. Congratulations to George and Amal Clooney, another great couple. And for you, Grey's Anatomy's Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder all being renewed. That's the Thursday nights. People are loving their ABC Thursday nights. I know my wife loves Grey's Anatomy. Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder all getting renewed this season. So there you go. And I have a list of Trump's executive orders, but the list is so long there's no way I have time to read on the show today. So there we go, guys. For the fabulous Tomas, for Mr. Michael Horn, I'm Erik Hines. Have a great weekend, and of course, spend some time with your family and enjoy life every moment.
Indeed. Yeah. Adios, amigos.
CRN Digital Talk Radio prides itself on being the station of every situation. Of course, you can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com. But if cutting-edge technology